Alright, y'all, this is a big section here. This is going to be the third part of my Thrash collection, which is going to be the L through, I'm doing through SE, because I have a bunch more S's after that, and then all the way through W, so this is going to be one more part after this, then we're going to get into death metal. So I'm going to yak for a while here. So we're listening to a top tier album, Anathema's The Silent Enigma in the background. One of the best kind of UK doom death albums I could think of. I absolutely love this stuff. And beer today, Foggy Geezer, Hazy IPA. Been on a pale ale kick quite a bit lately. Summertime, you know. Come the colder months, I'll be back on the dark ones. That's the review. All right, let's get to it. First up here, Law's Rocket with Know Your Enemy. I picked this up off of how much I heard the Barbecutioner over at the Chromium Dioxide channel talk about Lost Rocket, and I love it. This is so much fun. This is a great record. This album covers every kind of cheese that I love about metal, and I'm super, super happy to have it. I want to get the other stuff. Kind of a little bit more on the thrashy side of the speed spectrum, but definitely still pretty speedy. Great, great stuff. Next, this is a crossover band called Lodicon, and it's No Rules. This is the Cavalera boys, not Igor. Sorry, it's Igor Cavalera, like the young one, not the Sepultura one. The son of Max and his brother Zion, and I think a couple other people. And it's it's more hardcore than it is thrash, but it's kind of still in the crossover section, and I would still probably comfortably keep it here. It's really aggressive. I really like the song Disconnect. Monkeys Always Look. Just really, really angry, kind of drug fueled, almost, I don't know, sludgy, hardcore thrash. Really good. One of my favorite thrash albums of all time is Fast Loud Death by Lost Society. Absolutely top tier thrash, dude. This is a 10 out of 10 perfect record. It's so fun. You could put this on to this day. I haven't listened to this in probably at least a year, and I could still sing you every line of every song, including the bonus tracks. There's a really good cover of Kisses, I Stole Your Love at the end. They do a really good job of it. Probably the better of the two albums, maybe. I don't really know. This is Terror Hungry. Their second album, they really upped the aggression on this one. That first record's really speed metal-y, but this one is just super feral. Textbook pizza thrash, which is hilarious because they're all sitting there drinking and eating pizza. I don't know, man. Finland is not usually the first thing I think of when I think of thrash, but this is a top tier record. Absolutely love it. Rifforama. The last good Lost Society album, Brain Dead, and it's not even that great. They've slowed down. They've gotten a lot more melodic on this record, and they don't exist to me in the current state of which this band is in, because no thanks. Absolutely despicable. Poor excuse for a band at this point, but this is a great record to an extent. I mean, I like songs like Riot and Rage Me Up, and Hallowed Eyes is fun, Only Death is Certain. Hangover Activator is probably my favorite one on here. PST 88 is a Pantera cover, but from like the early days of Pantera. And then do a acoustic version of the song Terror Hungry off the record before that. It's really, really good. Next, this I just got in an HHR pickup. This is a Magnus like little promo thing. It's basically a radio interview that's in Polish, which I speak a little Polish, but not enough to have any idea what's going on with this. I need to pick up the Magnus actual material, so we'll see. Next, Mandator with Initial Velocity. This is a Netherlands-based speed thrash band. I believe this is their debut record, and this is a really, really cool one. This is 87 or 89. It's not on the back here, which I wish it was, but it's really, really good. It kind of sounds European, but it's not, you know, it's not like power metal-y. It's speedy. It's maybe a little early power metal, but it's fast, it's quick, it's aggressive, it's cool riffs, it's melodic, and I really like the production on it. So Mandator. All right, we got a load from two bands that you probably don't want to hear about, but the two M's were here. Killing Is My Business. Probably the best this band ever was as far as I'm concerned. It's a great record, don't get me wrong. I really like this one a lot. Rattlehead's so much fun. The title track, the Four Horsemen, I mean the mechanics. These boots I actually really like I really like these boots. I think it's a really fun cover for this band. Peace Sells, not too bad, pretty good record. You know, I'm just not a huge Megadeth guy comparatively. But, you know, I really like the song The Conjuring, Good Morning Black Friday. I also like them doing I Ain't Superstitious. I think it's good. It just doesn't grasp me like some of the other stuff does. This was my favorite for a long time. So Far So Good So What. This is just heroin junkie speed metal. And it's just great. I mean, In My Darkest Hours, great. Hook and Mouth. Set the World Afire. Really, really good. Obviously, this is a classic. Rust in Peace, great record. These first 4 Megadeth records, I think, are really, really good. But this is probably factually the best record. It's the most well put together, the most, you know, properly pronounced. This is where it starts gradually going down. Countdown to Extinction, you know, Skin of My Teeth, Symphony of Destruction, Sweating Bullets, stuff like that are all on here. High Speed Dirt, Ashes in Your Mouth, it's whatever. And this is the last record I find tolerable. This is Euthanasia. I wouldn't pay more than $5 for this anywhere, pretty much. But it's okay. I actually like a Toulamont. I think it's pretty. I really couldn't think of another song on here that I find that much joy in. But I haven't listened to this in forever, so. I barely listen to Megadeth, let alone Megadeth albums I don't find to be that great. Then this one is Extreme Cold Weather by Messiah. Switzerland. Thrash, death metal kind of stuff with this iconic polar bear album cover. Useless, Slipcase as usual, High Roller. Stop That. Nice big thick nice big thick booklet on here. This is a really, really aggressive and kind of feral thrash record. Really angry, bordering on some death metal. You know, saw them at Metal Threat. Next, obviously, we're getting Metallica. So Kill 'Em All, top tier, absolutely brilliant album. No one can argue that with me. This is just so good. It's not even funny. There's not a bad song on here. I love literally every one of them. This is my favorite album from them. Ride the Lightning. Just too good, man. Trapped Under Ice. People hate the song Escape, and I don't know why. I absolutely love this album. Through and Through, The Call of Cthulhu might be my favorite Metallica song of all time, but it's top tier. Another top tier one. Master of Puppets. You guys have seen it. Don't love this album, but it's alright. And Justice for All, I know this is a lot of people's favorite, but it's okay. I like some of the tracks on here. It kind of feels like they, you know, need to chill. They like no thrash song should be 9 minutes long. And I know I just said Call of Cthulhu is my favorite Metallica song, but like these aren't that. But you know, Dyer's Eve is a really good song. To Live Is to Die, Blackened. The Frayed Ends of Sanity is a really cool song. That one actually fits its almost 8-minute track time. And Black Album, not very good, but I do like a couple of songs in here. I do like Wherever I May Roam's a really good song, and you know, Through the Never's fun. Of Wolf and Man's probably my favorite song on here. I have the bad albums too. I actually have most of the Metallica catalog. This is Load. Who cares? Not great. Reload, also morally egregious in a lot of ways. This is a really good record though. Garage Inc. This 2-disc set of a bunch of covers. It's actually got me into a lot of bands because of it. This is a ridiculous photo, and the fact that it exists is absolutely hilarious. But you know, doing stuff like It's Electric by Diamond Head, or Saber Cadaver by Sabbath, Die My Darlin' by the Misfits, Whiskey in the Jar by the Dubliners, Tuesday's Gone by Leonard Skinner, Helpless by Diamond Head, Crash Course in Brain Surgery by Buddy, Last Caress into Green Hell, obviously Misfits, Am I Evil, Blitzkrieg by Blitzkrieg. This is how I found that band. A lot of these are how I found these bands, and so I have a lot to attribute to this, and I actually really like this. This band is one of the best bands at covering other groups. An album I actually don't hate at all. This is Saint Anger. I actually find this is pretty good. I really like the song Some Kind of Monster. I don't mind the drum tone. No, it doesn't bother me. I listen to Cranium. I listen to Nephrectomy. If I can listen to that, this is nothing. But it's not that bad. I don't care that there's no solos because Kirk Hammett's solos aren't very exciting in the first place. S&M, the symphonic album, actually pretty cool. Soundscape on this one, not totally necessary, but at the same time, I find it interesting. And Death Magnetic, I actually find this to be a pretty good record. The Day That Never Comes is another one of my favorite Metallica songs. It's so good. But, you know, some of the other songs are pretty cool. The End of the Line is cool. That Was Just Your Life is decent. Suicide and Redemption. Cyanide's a kind of a radio hit. I really like All Nightmare Long as well. Alright, we're out of that Metallica. Sorry. Alright, we're going to get to some good stuff. Morbid Saint, Spectrum of Death. Some good old Wisconsin boys right there from good old Sheboygan up here, eh? Really top tier thrash, deathy thrash. This was recorded like a half hour from where I grew up, and I live even closer to this town now than I used to. So just top tier stuff. You gotta have this on your. You gotta have this one, dude. There's no way around it. This is a demo of my band from high school, and this is number 1 of 150 hand-dubbed demos. I sat for like a couple hours and made all these covers, and then we distributed these demos. They're awful. They're absolutely hilarious, and it's sloppy. We multi-track recorded with no metronome. Okay, it was ridiculous. All right, a little bit of waste here. The Art of Partying, really fun record. I really enjoy the crap out of this one. It's so goofy. It's party thrash, whatever. I dig on that. I think it's good stuff. I mean, the song The Art of Partying kind of got me into this band, so I have to have it. What is this one? Yeah, The Fatal Feast. Really good record. Not as many songs on here that I love as much as there, but songs like You're Cut Off is really good, and Repossession and Idiot Check. It's so great. Nodis, Deathcore 1985 to 1993. This is not deathcore. This is like kind of thrashy death metal with tons of hardcore. This is a compilation of this band's entire catalog. Nodis, Scott Nodis was a guy who founded Master back in the day. He didn't even stay in the band long enough to be on any demos. He actually was a founder of the band though. So he quit in I think 85, 83, something like that. Yeah, I think it was 83 he quit because he is like, the first stuff on here came out in 85. I met Scott on several occasions at the gas station and stuff. He saw me waltz up with my Bathory hoodie on. He was talking to one of my buddies who I just ran into there as well. So it was kind of funny. And I wound up seeing this in a store and I wound up picking it up. Nodis. Good crossover thrash with some hardcore. This is From This Day Forward by Oblivion. I think this is I want to say a Canadian thrash band, kind of deathy, really aggressive, really techy and kind of heady. Has a little bit of that Nocturnus feel to it with a lot of really good speedy thrash. Really good. That's a good beer. All right, I got this giant box set from Onslaught, Force from Hell. It's the first 3 records, then a random record in the middle of the catalog, and I think 2 compilations. Oh yeah. Alright, so it's the first 3 records, then a live in 89, then Killing Piece, and then a couple more live, and then some random tracks. This is a big set, kind of first wave black metal for the first 2, which I've never heard anybody call it that, but I 1000% think this is first wave black metal, and there's no change in my mind on that. It's actually a 5-disc set, a 4-disc set. Tons and tons of Onslaught material on here. It'll keep you busy for hours. Overkill, Feel the Fire. Top shelf, absolutely perfect thrash. Rotten to the Core is one of my favorite songs by them. But obviously Hammerhead, Kill It Command, the song, Overkill, Blood and Iron, the title track, Feel the Fire. Get out of here. This is too good. Then you got the Years of Decay. Another really great one. Eliminations, a really catchy song. Who Tends the Fire, the title track. Nothing to Die For. Really top tier thrash. New Jersey, snotty attitude, hardcore influence thrash. My favorite, Horoscope. Really good. This is the first one I ever got, and I vividly remember hearing this for the first time, walking into like the Spanish room at my high school, like listening to this, or like leaving the Spanish room. One way or another, I was walking in and out of the place and hearing, you know, Coma of Souls going into Infectious, and then, or sorry, just Coma going into Infectious, and then into Blood Money. And then you got to the song Horoscope. Nice Day for a Funeral. Get out of here, dude. This is so good. WFO. Random one in there, the 94. I don't really know too much about this one, to be honest with you. I have a couple more Overkill albums, and I haven't really listened to them very much. Ironbound. I don't think I've ever put this on the player. Oh, I've heard the song Bring Me the Night, though. I saw the music video. These newer ones might be a little out of order. The Electric Age. Not too bad. I like the song Electric Rattlesnake pretty good. And then this one, White Devil Armory. Couldn't name you a song. Down to the Bone sounds cool, but I have no idea. Alright. Power Trip. Nightmare Logic. Gotta have it in the collection for any fan of modern thrash. Super, super good. Really aggressive. Hardcore, catchy as it gets. Kind of modern crossover. Shotgun Justice by Razor. Must-have album as far as I'm concerned. This is probably my favorite Razor material. Super, super good. I think this might be a bootleg copy of this because I think I got it on eBay from Russia. So yeah, really, really good. Super angry. I love how aggressive Razor is. It's something feral about it, you know, and that's something I dig on. All right, Open Hostility. I like this album a lot too. I just haven't heard it as many times as that one. Really, really good stuff. Razor's one of those bands that you're really not going to go wrong up until, like, they're already, like, super old. Next, Rigor Mortis, self-titled. This is another must-have in the collection. Such good, speedy thrash. It is as tech as it gets. So, so crazy. It's shreddy, it's riffy, and it's really aggressive. I really like the production value on here. It's raw, and it lends really well to the atmosphere. We got a couple here from Sacrifice, Torment and Fire. Some people really, really love this album. I haven't quite fallen for it that way, but it's really, really gnarly. Kind of Slayery. I always kind of consider this band to be the Slayer of Canada. Next, Forward to Termination. I always thought this was Forward Determination because people say it fast when they talk about it. These are both Shadow Kingdom reissues. I picked this up at Metal Threat Fest. Had to get it. Absolutely essential thrash. Next, Sadist, Swallowed in Black. Absolutely destructive death thrash. Super techy. Really well put together stuff. Simple digipack, not the coolest art in the world, but it's just so, so, so heavy, man. It's got all of the good trimmings of the later Death with a thrash and really angry tech attitude. Super, super good. Alright, Sepultura, Morbid Visions, and Bastille Devastation. Absolutely nasty. First wave black metal, first wave death metal, thrash. Super, super angry. I remember my mom bought me this when I was a teenager, which is kind of hilarious. Then what do we got here? Schizophrenia. Schizophrenia. Really, really, really good album. I really like this one. It's still raw and aggressive, but it's not so childish as the first two releases. Then Beneath the Remains, which I think is like the fan favorite maybe. Haven't spent a ton of time with this one comparatively to like the next one and stuff like that. Pretty good stuff. I really do like this album a lot. I just need to spend more time with it because, you know, when I listen to it, I really want to hear the first one or I want to hear this one, which is Arise. Really, really great. It's super catchy. It's well produced. It sounds really, really good and well put together. This band really knows what's up when it comes to this one. 1991. Dead Embryonic Cells, Desperate Cry. The title track, Arise. Top tier. This is an alright album. KSAD. It's fun. This is like a, you know, I've heard Alan from Heavy Metallurgy say it's like professional wrestling. You gotta turn your brain off for a bit. And that's kind of what I think of when I think of this. This is like kind of mouth breathery, groovy thrash. And it, you know, it's fun for that. I'm not, you know, going to put this on and be like, is this comparable to Coroner or Invocator? That's not happening, dude. This is belligerent. It's really heavy. It's down-tuned and it's groovy. Next, these are the last two, and they're both from a English band called Torment. Or sorry, Seventh Angel with the album The Torment. This is a thrash kind of doom band, which is a kind of almost an oxymoron. But kind of thrashy stuff with some weird doomily laden bits in like expansive soundscape parts. It's very odd, and I really like this band a lot. So go check out Seventh Angel if you haven't. And this is the Seventh Angel album I got into first. This is Lament for the Weary. Really, really cool album cover. I really like this one. I've seen this on LP at my local record store, and I just never want to pull the trigger for 30 bucks on that LP because I'm a cheapskate. Why would I? Because I already got the CD. So I'm going to call it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We got one more thrash, and then we're getting into the death metal. I'm pretty close to having another collection update ready, so we'll see how that goes. But I'll catch you on the next one. Keep it greasy.